Have you had to deal with censorship in your own artwork?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I was fired from my first job as a political cartoonist for, as the editor at the time put it, general tastelessness, which I now wear as a badge of honor. He did me a favor, actually, because I got out of that business, and God knows where I'd be if I had stuck with it. Political cartooning is kind of a genre that's been thrown into the tar pit by the lords of corporate media, and that includes weekly papers, daily papers, you name it. The only place it's really thriving anymore is online, where the people like Tom Tomorrow or Reuben Bowling or someone like that have total freedom. But I will say that it is right now a golden era of comics. I've never seen anything like this. Now, I'm not talking the super dude stuff. That's kind of boring corporate product. But I'm talking about this vast world of comics for kids, for, queer comics is huge now. Women creators and readers are coming into the business like I've never seen before. And it has absolutely put a charge into the art form. And if you're a fan of comics, I envy you, because it's a great time to be reading comics.
What is counterculture?
What is counterculture? Man, you're asking the wrong guy now. I'm like part of the mainstream. I don't know that there is a counterculture anymore, frankly. There was definitely in the 80s and into the 90s, when I started working for the weekly papers, there was very definitely a clear distinction between the mainstream and the counterculture. And then the mainstream just kind of erase that gap, and because they thought they could exploit it, and they did.
Is there any through line in Trailer Park's Trashed Dahmer? Because they're three different stories.
Right. Well, the through line is probably me. I mean, whatever style I have, drawing, storytelling, writing, dialogue, I think it's evident in all three works. It's almost an advantage that I came to graphic novels so late in my career. I mean, I've got a 35-year career behind me before I even started doing graphic novels. I was 50 years old when my first came out. So I was already kind of a fully formed, mature creator. And so stylistically, intellectually, it's all there. So right out of the gate, I've had this kind of, it's not to say I can't improve, obviously. I'm constantly working the craft. But, that common thread is there. I mean, I may or may not suck, but I think my work is instantly recognizable. So that's a common. And the other common thread is the Rust Belt, Ohio. I mean, all my stories are set here. I find it to be an incredibly fertile storytelling, a well of just wonderful, bizarre, weird people and places and stories. It's something that I keep going back to again and again. You write what you know, obviously, because that gives your work an element of truth. And I think the readers pick up on that even if they don't really know, the truth, or know the area, or know the people involved. For example, in France, where I have a very large, much to my surprise, very large following, they're absolutely fascinated with the Rust Belt. They keep asking me when I talk in French, how can things like Akron, Ohio be allowed to happen? I'm like, well, I don't know.